Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of El Supercast. With me today is Semi.
Hello.
What's been going on with yourself? It's been a long time. Feels like years.
Probably been at least a year. I don't know. I've been busy.
Yeah? Have you been making any new videos?
Huh?
Have you been making any new videos?
No. Me and my friend are in the middle of writing one at the moment. Hoping to have that done by the end of next month, but I doubt it will.
Alright.
Yeah, other than that, I've just been working and having to go to sleep early, which never happens, really.
Have you had a chance to check out the radio stuff that our good friend Joe has been doing?
I can't remember the name of the radio thing, but I think I was there for one of them.
I think it's Force 925.
The one that you turned up in briefly is the only one I've managed to actually catch.
Alright.
And that's I think that was improv too as well.
Yeah. Well, I've been checking it out, and it seems like a good... It seems pretty good, you know. They're doing their thing. They got the music thing going there.
Yeah, he was taking a lot of requests as well. He kept ignoring me, though. I assume it's because I was one of the only people making requests, and
I see.
He had none of the things I wanted.
Well, this one is, it's not only him. It's him and, recently Dante's has joined their team. So it's like they have a good variety of songs, which you know, trying to get all their bases covered. I'm debating whether or not, see if they had the option for you to, you know, just do like a monthly thing, like, hey, I only want to do an hour for one day out of the month, you know? That's as much as I can commit to. But I think that would slide.
If I was doing like a weekly thing, or God forbid daily, this computer doesn't have that much room. There's only so much music I have, so it'd end up just being every day, start with Pearl Jam, move on to Go-Go Bordello, just exactly the same playlist.
Yeah, I you know, I don't have that much music. Well, maybe more than some people. I don't know. It varies. But, yeah, I would probably run out after a couple of days. I was like, oh, great, I have to repeat a few songs. This is not
this song again. Plus, I'm not really so good with the whole talking in between songs. That'd just be awkward. Just be like, and that was this song. I don't know what I'm doing now. And this one, okay.
Well, you know, Dante's has been going through that problem. He said that he was feeling nervous every time he had to cue in. I was like, what the hell are you feeling nervous about? You've been on my podcast well, maybe 4 or 5 times, but still, you know, you cue in there, you sound just fine, dag nabbit.
Well, this isn't live, so...
You know, ain't nothing to be nervous about. It's more or less the same thing.
I don't know what it is, because I'm fine, I'm not really a brilliant speaker. I'm fine on something like this, but I was at work the other day, and I'm usually kind of out back doing deliveries and stuff, but I was on the help desk, where you have to deal with customers face to face, and I got a call through from the office saying, can you put a thing out on the tannoy to get so-and-so to come to the office? And it was just like, shit, I don't want to have to speak. I don't want to have everyone hear me at once, that's horrible.
Yeah, some people do have problems trying to talk when there's a whole boatload of people there. Me, not so much. I can go anywhere and be like, all right, what the hell's going on? Everybody, what are you doing? You know, I go in there and yeah.
Well, I'd like to be like that.
Those things don't really faze me any. And I'm like, all right, people, what's going on? What are you doing over there? What? All right. Well, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna go over here. Yap on there. Hello, is this thing on? Hey, everybody, how's it going?
There's only one time I've ever liked that. That's at Reading Festival, a big music festival in England, and I think it's mainly alcohol, but it might just be the general atmosphere where I go from kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna walk along and do my own thing, keep your head down, and no one will pay attention to you, and it's fine, that's a work, to, oh, hey, you guy, high five, give me a hug now. I don't know you, but I like your face. And
yeah.
Do you have any beer? I want some beer.
Yeah. That type of scene tends to, when you have beer involved and other party-like atmosphere, you tend to be able to deal with it more.
It's Dutch courage.
That's great stuff. So, have you seen this, which I think is a quite interesting movie, The Inception?
I have. In fact, literally a minute before my computer exploded when we first tried to do this, I was listening to the soundtrack.
So let's talk about this, because I don't think I had a chance to talk about the amount of different things that goes into your mind when you're watching this thing. It's like it goes in there and it just pulls things out and changes your perspective, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
I don't know, because when I watched it the first time, it was kind of like, you never really know what to expect anyway. Especially with Christopher Nolan, if you've seen the Prestige, that was very, what happened? That was what? There's a lot of that going on. But the first time I watched it, I was just like, I think I get what happened there. I kind of, and then I got it on Blu-ray when it came out. And watched it again, and I was like, I kind of, if someone asked me to explain it, I could at least attempt now. I'd probably still get it majorly wrong, but a semblance of knowledge of what's going on. But I'm not going to put myself in authority.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those movies that it's like, okay, I saw what happened, but wow, what the hell was that? You know?
It's an amazing concept. I want to know what he was. At what point was Christopher Nolan sat around and went, what if? Well, that would be crazy. Dreams. Oh, let's do a film about dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, what if you could go in there and say, well, maybe you should wear a blue shirt today.
It's kind of just casual exception.
Something very subtle.
That'd be good. Just gentle nudge. Just like later, we should go see this thing. So, we don't have to, but we could. I think, yeah, we should do that. Rather than,
Then you wake up, it's like, alright, let's see what happened. So, you want to do this thing right here? And then you're thinking to yourself, alright, Inception, yeah!
But you gotta be careful though, because obviously, kind of spoilers. I'll try to work around the spoilers, but there's the thing where he's put the idea in the person's head, and then that idea defines them, as he says, and they become obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And the thing ends up happening with the thing, and then the other thing, and then it's like, oh god, the thing. That was the spoiler-free version.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a movie that was that interesting to me yet. I'm waiting for whatever the hell the next one will be, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get a movie of that quality.
It was a good concept. It was like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but better done. Like, I like movies that have that kind of, not something that no one's ever done ever before, but where you can tell they've put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
And they've at least tried to be unique, rather than going, why not make another Spider-Man? I know they've just made one, but let's make another one.
Yeah, that seems to be another thing that seems to be extremely common with all these, hey, we still have this license, let's make another Spider-Man, or let's make another this, let's make another that.
I just pray to God they don't go ahead and remake The Evil Dead, as they said they were going to.
Oh, I don't know. I think they may.
I wouldn't mind a fourth one with Sam Raimi, one with Sam Raimi was involved, and Bruce Campbell in some degree. But if they went, Sam, we're doing this, and we've got Zac Efron as Ash,
yeah,
of course, and there's going to be a big dance number in the middle, and it's going to be fabulous. And we've got rid of the whole Deadites thing, and it's zombies now, just zombies, because Deadites were crazy. But also Paris Hilton is going to have a cameo. There's too much of that in Hollywood now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just really sad. Things that things that would be good to turn out being,
did you watch The Walking Dead? The series they made of that.
I don't watch that much television.
I don't either, but I watched it online.
I haven't had a chance to see it.
I legally acquired it, as Joe would say. But, no, that's really good, but you could tell where... Obviously, because it's not completely different from the graphic novels, but obviously it's they've taken some artistic license with it, or, embellished it slightly. The finale, it was good, but it almost seemed like the finale kind of erased the progress of the past 3 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then again, I suppose, if you're thinking about it from, it's a zombie apocalypse. In a real zombie apocalypse, I assume there would be a lot of that, where, let's go to this place, and that'll be a decent stronghold. We've got there, something's gone wrong. Okay, let's go back now.
Yep.
I suppose it's realistic, but still, it's a bit okay.
Here's one thing that I think could be really good if done right. I've heard a lot of talk about there being a movie based on the World War Z.
Yes.
That could be really cool. If done the right way. That could be fantastic.
I don't know how long it's going to take them to get anything out, but hopefully that won't be completely awful. And the one scene I really want to see done well is the Battle of Yonkers. Mm-hmm. The kind of giant thing that happens there. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that won't be just terrible.
Well, I want to hope for the best, but with the way Hollywood is, you can't really be sure with what you get.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if you've seen Tron, but dang.
I haven't, although.
What the hell? That's not right.
My friend saw it the other day, and his one piece of feedback was, I wouldn't mind being Jeff Bridges. Mm-hmm. That was the only thing he came away from that film with.
Alright.
So yeah, haven't heard great things.
All the years of saying, hey, look at this trailer. This movie is going to be everything that you could ever hope for, and then to be hit in the face with a flaming graphical sack of crap. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
It's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot these days, apparently. I watched The Social Network earlier.
Oh?
It was alright. I think it's bad that one of the only reasons I watched it was because of the soundtrack.
Oh, really?
Because, obviously it won the was it the Golden Globes the other day? It won something recently. And I realised, that made me realise, oh wait a minute, I haven't seen that. And the soundtrack is done by Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails and Axl Rose. And the soundtrack is really good. Although I didn't realise at the time that the soundtrack went up against the Inception soundtrack, which in my opinion is much better. But then again, that's Hans Zimmer, and he must have every single award ever.
Yeah, it's interesting that the amount of musical influence in the current movies. It's been pretty good. I mean, alright, I don't really care too much about Tron, but the soundtrack itself, with Daft Punk, you know, that's good with me. The movie not so much, but you know, I can hang with Daft Punk.
Well, in the kind of advertising stuff for the film, the soundtrack pretty much got as much advertising as the film did.
Yeah.
They made a big deal about it being stuff, but evidently the soundtrack was there to carry it a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you just make a decision when you're making a movie. Alright, let's focus on the soundtrack setting the mood. And we'll have a few lines here and there, but hopefully we'll get people to flow with it more with the music that we choose.
I watch making ofs a lot, and I found myself doing this thing where, like, obviously in a film where there's like a big party scene and there's lots of people and there's music playing in the background, I find myself going, they're all stood there listening to nothing and not actually speaking. All of the background actors aren't speaking, and it's just the main two people on screen right now shouting at each other. That's what it looked like when this was filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take you out of it, but it's kind of distracting, and I can't stop myself from doing it. Like, in The Social Network, there's a scene where it's Jesse Eisenberg and I've forgotten his name, whatever his name, and Justin Timberlake in a club, literally shouting at each other to get over the music. And I was sat there thinking, this music wasn't playing when this was recorded. They are just sat at a table shouting at each other. I'd love to be on a film set, because it would just be loads of days like that.
Yeah. You get to a certain part where like, okay, all right, we want you guys to sit right here and to pretend that there's really loud music, and you know you're doing your lines. We want you to shout and you know make it real loud and just flow with it.
It shows a lot of I think the same thing when obviously it's a scene of a film where it relies really heavily on CG. Like, for some reason, the only example that's coming into my head is the newest Terminator film, Salvation, or whatever it's called.
Yes.
Mainly because I saw a picture of the making of. It clearly shows not like skill on actors' parts to be that in character or that immersed in what you're doing, to completely ignore the fact that there isn't anything around you. You're literally stood next to kind of a green rock in a green room, acting to things that aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
That must take a lot of skill to stand there and go, I'm going to look into this blank space. There's a robot there. I need to be scared of the robot. And I don't think I could do that. I would be terrible at that.
It takes a certain kind of actor to basically react to things that have been read in the script, because you're only seeing a green screen. You're not really seeing anything else. So like, okay, this is the scene where you're where you're avoiding from being attacked by this really big monster, and you gotta react to it, and it's a delicate process to do that.
Yeah. It's impressive when they pull it off.
Oh yeah, when it's done right, it looks great.
Like I'd love to be able to go back in time and be on set when they were filming Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because when you consider that film is Bob Hoskins playing the whole thing with no one there.
Mm-hmm.
It'd just be impressive to see how they filmed all of that, like when he's actually properly interacting with him. I don't know, it's weird. It's the magic of cinema.
Alright, well, we are almost out of time. Is there any websites that you would like to give props to before we get going?
The only one I can think of would be a webcomic I read a lot of.
Oh, yeah?
But, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of it by now. But Dr. McNinja, which is literally just drmcninja.com.
Alright.
It's about a ninja that's also a doctor. And I think they have they have quite a lot of storylines, but it's worth going back to the start and reading from the start, because it's just very funny.
Mm.
And Christopher Hastings, the guy who writes it and animates it, is hilarious. And actually has a dog in real life called Commissioner James Gordon, which is amazing.
That's fantastic. And with that, we're out of here. Take care, everybody.
Bye.